me to my highest good. What do I want? What do I desire? What will bring me to my highest good? I sing prosperity, you sing prosperity. I claim it. I claim it. Abundance. Abundance is mine. Is mine. Love. Love flows through me. Flows through me. I feel joy. I feel joy. Oh, the dog is looking at me like, what are you doing? I can have it. I can have it. I deserve it. I deserve it. I claim it. I claim it. It is mine. It is mine. I can have it. I can have it. I deserve it. I deserve it. I am it. I am it. It is mine. It is mine. Now peace. Peace fills my heart. Fills my heart. I surrender. I surrender. Everything. Everything. Health. Health is my birthright. Is my birthright. Passion. Passion helps me sing. I can have it. I can. Here we go. I deserve it. I claim it. I claim it. It is mine. It is mine. I can have it. I can have it. I deserve it. I deserve it. I am it. I am it. It's my time. It's my time. Okay, now close your eyes. Think about what you want. This is what my talk is going to be about today. What do you want this year? So you say these 3 lines, and you say, anything I want, anything I desire, anything that brings me to my highest good, anything I want, and anything I desire, and anything that brings me to my highest good. I release, and let go, I accept, what is mine, I can have, what I want. And let spirit direct the flow. Life is good. Life is fun. Life is great. This song is done. There you go. Give yourselves a big round of applause. Oh, we got the energy going here. Are we ready to start? You want another? You got 1 minute. You got 1 minute. I send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the sea. Over the sea. I send my love. I send my love into the heavens. Into the heavens. And it returns to me. And it returns to me. Hear the motions you do. I send my love over the mountains. Over the mountains. I send my love over the sea. Over the sea, little hula action. I send my love into the heavens. Into the heavens, and it returns to me. You give yourself a hug, and it returns to me. Give yourself a hug, you need it. I send my joy. I send my joy over the mountains. Over the mountains. I send my joy over the sea. Over the sea, send my joy. I send my joy into the heavens, and it returns to me. And it returns to me. I send my prayers. I send my prayers over the mountains. Who do you want to send a prayer to today? Think about that. I send my prayers over the sea. Over the sea. I send my prayers into the heavens, and it returns to me, and it returns to me. I send my love. Look around the room and say, I send my love. Greet everyone this morning. Just say, hello, I love you. Over the mountains, send my love. I send my love. Give that love to somebody. Just do this. Over the sea to them. I send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me, and it returns to me. That line again, just say it returns. And it returns to me. It returns, and it returns to me. Yay.
Well, good morning, Unity Palo Alto. How are you today? Good. It's so lovely to see you. Thank you for being here on this once rainy, now sunny day. I know it's beautiful outside. Thank you all all of you who are joining us on our live stream or watching during the week. We are so blessed by your presence. And if you're new to Unity, what we want you to know is that Unity is a global spiritual community welcoming people from all walks of life. People looking for a deeper experience of spirit, spiritual growth, transformation, and to do life better. We teach positive, practical spiritual principles that you can apply in your life every day to help you live a more joyful and abundant life. We're so blessed this morning to have with us Rusty Gaylord, who's joining us on the platform today. And we are so blessed because the Karen Drucker is our musician and our speaker. Now, I'm sure you know Karen because we sing her songs all the time, but Karen is a singer-songwriter, a teacher, an author. She has women's workshops now online. She does it all, and she's a very exciting person, I think. And so we're so blessed to have her with us here today. And so we'll begin our service with our opening song. I'll invite you to lead us in song.
Are you ready? Why did I just lose it? Wait a second. Wait a minute. Here we go. You like this one? Okay, I'll teach you the moves in a minute. I'll sing it. Oh, look at that. Got the words right there. So just take this in first. Just say, gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. And then you just say, I'm so grateful, so grateful. Just breathe that in. So grateful. Think about what you're grateful for this morning. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful to be here with all of you. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. All right, now you want to put the moves to it. You ready? Grateful. Goes like this. Gratitude before me. Gratitude behind me. To the left. Gratitude to the left of me. To the right. Gratitude to the right of me. Above. Gratitude above me. Below. Gratitude below me. Within me. Gratitude within. And anything all around. Gratitude all around. And you open up your arms and you say, I'm so. So open up that heart chakra. Give it to yourself, to people you love. I'm so grateful. Look around the room and say that. I'm so, then release it, let it go. I'm so grateful. Do it again, yeah. I'm so grateful. I am. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. You got it? Let's do it again. Gratitude, now put a little wiggle into it now. Warm up. Gratitude behind. If you want to stand up, you can. Gratitude to the left of me, to the right, to the right of me, above. Gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful to yourself, so grateful. That's so important to yourself. I'm so grateful. Release, let it go. I'm so grateful. 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 Now put your hands over your heart and close your eyes for just a moment. And just scan your life. Just think about what you're grateful for this morning. People in this room, this wonderful community that you have. Your family, your friends, doggies, kitties, hamsters, whatever you have. And just scan it, just give thanks right now to be here in this moment. Let's sing it again. Oh, gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, above, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, one thing you're grateful for. Just let them know. Just say, good morning. I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for all of you. Thank you for listening. An applaud.
Now, is that a wonderful way to start a Sunday or what? Good morning, everyone. My name is Rusty Gaylord, and I'm your platform leader today. So happy to welcome you all to Unity Palo Alto. Unity is part of a worldwide movement of prayer, publishing, and education, helping people learn positive, practical, spiritual principles that you can apply in your life every day to create and experience a more joyful and abundant life. We are a spiritual movement. We are welcoming of people in all different places in their journey. So wherever you are in your spiritual path, you are welcome here. We have 5 core principles that guide us in our spiritual journey. The first principle is God is, that there is one power and one presence active everywhere in the universe. That is God, the good, omnipotent. The second principle is I am. That power is not out there someplace. That power is in me. It is in you. It is in each one of us and all around us. The third principle is the law of mind action, that we have the ability to to shape our experience of this world through our thinking. When we change our thinking, we change our life. Our fourth principle is the practice of prayer and meditation. It is through the practices of prayer and meditation that we get connected with that inner light within us that is that spiritual magnificence. And finally, the fifth principle is the daily practice. We don't just do these things on Sunday. We don't just kind of come and tap into them once in a while, but we practice them every day. And as we practice these principles daily, we express more and more of that divine light that is within us, and life gets better. These 5 principles guide us in living our mission statement, which is on the screen behind me, and I invite you to all say it together with me. Centered in God, we co-create a world that works for all, and so it is. All right, Karen, back to you.
Can I teach you a new song? It's a new old song. So today, we're going to be talking about healing in our daily word reading. So let me teach this to you. I am healed, whole and healthy. I relax and visualize. I am healed, whole and healthy. I am well. I am well. Can you sing that with me? I am healed, whole and healthy. I relax and visualize. I'm healed. I am healed, whole and healthy. I am well. I am well. I accept and I receive. I am healed, whole and healthy. I accept and I receive. I accept and I receive. I am healed, whole and healthy. I am well. I am well. Angels are watching over me. I am healed, whole and healthy. Angels are watching over me. I am healed, whole and healthy. I am well. I am well. I've got love surrounding me. I am healed, whole and healthy. I've got love surrounding me. I am healed, whole and healthy. I am well. I am well. All is well. All is well. All is well. I'm well. I am well. All is well.
Today's daily word is healing. I'll read the affirmation and then invite you to say it together with me. My faith is making me well. Together. My faith is making me well. Unity co-founder Myrtle Fillmore's healing journey began when she changed her mind. Inspired by the words of a healing practitioner, she took this affirmation to heart. I am a child of God, and therefore I do not inherit sickness. After 2 years of persistent health-affirming meditation, prayer, and practice, Myrtle was healed. Her faith made her well. Myrtle Fillmore lived joyously and vigorously for many years. I take inspiration from this story. I, too, am a living expression of God. I feel my body's quickening response as I claim my inheritance of divine life, vibrantly active in every cell of my body. Good nutrition, exercise, and rest support my healing process. My faith is making me well. The scripture reading is from Mark chapter 5, verse 34. He said to her, "Daughter, your faith has made you well. Go in peace and be healed of your disease."
So it's all about choice. Choosing to be healthy. Choosing to see the miracles. Choice, choice, choice. That's what we're going to be talking about today. What do I want my day to be? I choose. What do I want to feel today? I choose. What do I want to say today? I choose. It's up to me to choose. I choose. I choose. Okay, so I want you to wiggle in your seats a little bit. It's all about wiggling, moving that energy. Little Jane Fonda aerobics, and stretch, and flex, and stretch. Okay, so it goes like this. I'm going to teach this to you. Today, I choose to be grateful, so grateful today. I choose, there you go, my dancers, to be the Karen Drucker dancers. All right, here we go. It goes like this. Today, I choose to be grateful, so grateful today. I choose to be grateful. How about happy? Today, I choose to be happy, so happy today. I choose to be happy. How about peaceful? Today, I choose to be peaceful, so peaceful. I guess I can't move today. I choose to be peaceful, peaceful. Here's what it comes down to. Whatever I choose is how my day's gonna be. I claim what I want, cause it's all up to me. Yeah, today I choose to be loving, so loving today. I choose to be loving. How about joyful? Dude, I'm talking about joy. I choose to be joyful, so joyful today. I choose to be joyful. All right, so now think about what your word is for today. Today, I choose to put in that space to be any word you want. Today, present, abundant, healthy, to be. All right, pick another word. Here we go. Today, I choose to be hired. The Druckettes, you're doing so great. I choose my backup singers. So it comes down to this. Whatever I choose is how my day's gonna be. I claim what I want, cause it's all up to me. You know it's all up to me. Today I choose to be thankful, so thankful. Today I choose to be thankful, thankful. Let's go back to grateful. Today I choose to be grateful, so grateful. Today I choose to be grateful, grateful. That line again. To be grateful, grateful. One more time. To be grateful, grateful. Big finish. To be grateful, grateful. Oh, give yourselves a round of applause. All right, I've got to turn myself on here. Wait a minute. Am I on? Am I on? Am I green? So would you do me a favor? Could you indulge me for 1 second? Could you applaud one more time? Just applaud. Just applaud. The reason I say that is for the last, how long have we been in this? 2, 3 years now? This is all I've heard. Do you like this is my applause button. Can you hear it? So when I'd be online doing a talk or a concert or whatever, at the end of a song, I'd go, grateful! And I'd go. So hearing live applause and being here with all of you live, I can't even begin to tell you how thrilled I am. So thank you for letting me be here. So yeah, this is only like my 3rd or 4th church that I've been in live. So to be with real live people, and I don't have to say, oh honey, unmute, I can't hear you. So, yay. All right, so here's the thing. Here's the question I have for you. What are you choosing? What are you choosing in your life? What are you choosing this year? Can you hear me okay? Is that good? What are you choosing this year? So I'm going to talk today about joy and gratitude and what we're choosing, because even though we're in February now, it's still kind of close to, New Year's and New Year's resolutions. So my question for you is, from those New Year's resolutions, since it's now February, have you already lost 10 pounds, started writing your novel, drinking more water, reading more books, getting more sleep, signing up for a marathon, and flossing every night? Have you all been doing that? On it? And speaking of choice, when I always think about that the most important part of every day is the moment you wake up. What are the thoughts? Change your thinking, change your life. What thoughts are you thinking when you wake up? And when you woke up this morning, my question to you is, did you, walk into the bathroom, look at yourself in the mirror and go, oh my God, have you gotten more beautiful overnight? What's the deal? Did you do that? Look at this body, is it fabulous? Oh my God. Did you do that? Or did you go, oh my God, everything's dropping? What's happened? So it's all about choice. It's all about every day we get to make that choice of what we're going to do and how we're going to be and what we're going to say to people and what we're going to say to ourselves. And I love this quote from Cheryl Richardson. What about if the only resolution you made is to love yourself more? That's it. What would that be like if the only resolution you made is, this year, I'm going to come from joy, I'm going to come from gratitude, I'm going to come from everything filtering through that idea of loving myself more. And one of the things that I do is I have this little ritual that I do every morning where I put my hand over my heart and I say, Spirit, what do you want me to be today? What do you want to say? What does my heart have to say today? And when you look at your year and you look at what this year is going to be about, what do you want that is more enlivening to you and lights you up? One of my favorite pictures, and just imagine this with me, one of my favorite pictures is, have you ever seen when you see in the cement that there's this crack and there's this one flower coming up in that crack?
Isn't that amazing? And that, to me, is what life is all about, is just that picture, because that is spirit aching, longing to be expressed. In that one little crack in the cement, that spirit is going to come up and go, I'm a flower, and watch me bloom. And I truly believe that that is what we all are. That when we allow ourselves to just give ourselves the permission to just be all of who God wants us to be, that's what our year can be. That's what we can look at every decision we make. And then it's also making the decision of what no longer serves us. You know, one of my favorite expressions is stop watering dead plants. You know, stop putting energy and miracle grow and more water into this thing that is like going, I'm dead, just deal with it. You know, and so we have to make that choice of what are we doing that is not giving us joy and not serving us and not allowing us to be that flower that is expressing. Because I don't know about you, but life has been kind of wacky, you know, for a while here. And I truly believe that when we drop down into that place of spirit and connect with our light, that's what we all need. We need to connect with our light so that we can shine that light to everybody else. That's why when I sing gratitude before me, I say, look around the room and give that love out to other people. I mean, that's why you come here. That's why you show up instead of just staying in your jammies and watching this online. You know, we want to connect with people. I mean, Brene Brown says we are hardwired for connection. I mean, yes, coming here and hearing the music and hearing wonderful John's talks, that's part of it. But the main part of it is this. It's this community that you're all here together and you can walk in these doors and you are seen and you are heard. Isn't that the best gift you can give anybody? Is you're seen and you're heard. And that's why we come here. So one of the things that I do, one of my other rituals that I do every year is I pick a word for the year. Does anyone else do this or is it just me? That you just pick a word. You just kind of look at like what, and one of the great ways that you can find your word is you say, what do I want more of? More joy, more love, more expression, more creativity, whatever it is. That you just say, what do I want more of? And you just keep asking yourself this. But you can bring it down to this place where it's like, what is one word that really resonates? So last year, my word was space. And space to me meant that I gave myself more time to just be. You know, that I wasn't rushing around. I mean, I wasn't traveling as much as I used to. And I was giving myself that space to just be and say, okay, Spirit, what is next in my life? And the only way that you can get there is to have quiet, is to be able to really listen. And so it was hysterical because, so space is a word. So in December, I turned 65 in December. Thank you very much. And the best present I could give to myself for my birthday was real space. And so what I did was something radical for a little musician to do, is I just said no to everything in December except just what lights me up. And what I decided to do, because I know myself so well, as soon as I accept a gig, I start chewing on it. If I'm going to do a talk at some church, I start chewing on in my mind, you know, what I'm going to say, and everything goes through that filter. I said, what would it look like if I gave myself a month where I had nothing that I'm chewing on except it's Christmas and it's my birthday? And it was so amazing because, and this is how a spirit works, and I just love this, that what happened as soon as I made that declaration, I got calls literally every day for gigs, every day. And each one kept getting bigger and better. You know, well, what about for this much money? And what about if we just give you a massage before you go on and talk? You know, I mean, it was like everything. And it was so interesting to just see how just whatever was supposed to come up about healing that and about my stuff, about prosperity and can I afford this and blah, blah, blah. It's like whatever is meant to be healed, as soon as you make a declaration, it comes up to be healed. So you love this? I said December. I got a call for January 1st. And I knew how my mind would work. That would mean during Christmas, I'm chewing. You know, so it was like I had to just keep saying, no, what is my word? What is it that I want to stay true to and stay there? So one of the things that I realized for this next year that I wanted to do, everything had to filter through these words. I either got to or get to. I don't want to have anything be a got to. I've got to do this. An obligation, a responsibility. I want to wake up every morning and go, oh, goody, I get to. Do you see the difference? I've got to. I've got to do this thing. I get to. And so I wanted everything for this next year to go through that filter of this is what I get to do. So I woke up this morning and went, oh, goody, I get to go to Unity of Palo Alto. I mean, that's what I want this whole year to be. And so I would suggest this one little thing to you. There's a thing called getoneword.com. And if you go to that site, getoneword.com, you can write in your word, and they have all these different templates of like oceans and mountains and stuff, and you just put your word, and then you just print it out, and there's your little poster for your word. So my word for this next year, you ready? Play. Play. And now you'd think, play, well, what fun. What an easy word. But here's the thing. When you've got a belief system, and that belief system is set, any word you say, again, whatever needs to get healed is going to come up. And in my life, with the way that I was raised, and I don't know if any of you are like this, but I have this so strictly in my head, this little strict rule, you only get to play after you've worked really hard. And now I was a competitive, I still am, I'm a competitive swimmer. And so it was always this thing of like, you have to work really hard at swimming, and only when you've done the meet, then you can have a little bit of playtime. But it was always this strict thing. And and that's how it feels. It's like, I don't want to do it like that. I want to play now. But I had parents that were self-employed, and everything was always about working. And even our vacations were about somehow worked into, that we had to work at this vacation and we could play a little bit on it. But here's the thing. I got to this word play because I realized I don't have enough play in my life, that I have this tendency. And then, I don't know if you notice this in your life, but, when does the work ever end? It's like if I go, I can play after I finish these emails, then I go away for 2 seconds and I come back and all those emails that I've just deleted are now you got a whole bunch. So this thing wasn't working for me. It's not working for me. And so I got to this word of play after this very enlightening lunch session that I had a few months ago. So I was sitting at lunch. I was at Unity Village. I was in a group of these wonderful people having lunch, and one of the people at the table was Reverend Paulette Pipe. Do you know her? So she has a wonderful show called Touching the Stillness, recommended highly. I've known Paulette for years and years and years. She's very refined. She's always just she does meditation, and she has this beautiful English accent, and she's very, very refined. Well, all of a sudden, Gary Lynn Floyd, another friend of mine, is at the table. He goes, I'm having a big birthday coming up. And I go, oh, yeah, me too. In about a month, I'm going to have my big birthday. And he was kind of going, I don't really know how to celebrate. And Paulette, all of a sudden, lights up like a Christmas tree and goes, oh, my God, I have to tell you guys what I've been doing for my big birthday. And we were like, oh, my God, Paulette, who's this person? And she said she's done this routine for herself. She came up with this idea of the 3 T's: treats, trips, and thrilling adventures. We're all going, tell us about this. And she is so lit up telling us that we're all like, every month she has to choose either a treat, a trip, or a thrilling adventure. So what that meant for her, and again, this is all coming from that place of healing, whatever needs to come up around this stuff. So a trip, it's not like she's going to take a trip every month, but her trip was going to be like going to Hawaii. She'd never been to Hawaii. She didn't know how she was going to afford it. She doesn't know anybody there. She put it on her calendar for November of next year. Like, I'm intending to do this. She even booked a hotel knowing that she could cancel a day beforehand. She just set so this is what it's all about, is intention, setting the intention. So that was, a trip that she was going to take. A treat would be something that would be just a little out of her comfort zone. So, for example, she said it was sending herself flowers with a little note saying, you're adorable and you're just fabulous and I adore you. She would send that to herself as opposed to just going to Trader Joe's and getting the flowers. She sent it to herself. Or she would go and get the fancy chocolate that was always too expensive. Now, you have to remember, all these things, they sound really easy, but when she was talking about getting the fancy chocolate, that inner critic came up saying, oh, you cannot, this is ridiculous. You can just get this chocolate for $2. Why would you spend $10? That's ridiculous. It's going to make you fat. All that stuff. Blah, 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 blah. But it's overriding that and saying, you know what? I deserve this. I deserve it. This month, my treat is $10 chocolate. And then her thrilling adventure was something that just makes your heart just go, like, can I do this? Something that is outside of your comfort zone. And here's the deal. As soon as you say you're going to do this, all of a sudden, the universe aligns to make this thing happen. So her thrilling adventure, I think, was something like she was going to, there was some staircase in some hotel or wherever that always scared her to think about going up this circular staircase that was really high. And she said, I'm going to do this thing. And when she did it, she just felt great. So it's our own little way of seeing what is outside of our comfort zone. And that, for all of us, is so different, so different. But the main thing about it, really, is that you pick something that your inner critic might just go, who do you think you are? Does anyone have that, or is that just me? Who do you think you are? Or it gives you all the excuses and reasons why you can't do this. Because what it is this is the main point of what I'm really wanting to say to you today, is that when you start to set an intention, you create a pathway in your mind of getting there. Even though you don't know how it's going to happen, you have no idea about anything, but that's when God, Spirit, universe starts to co-create with you. Does that make sense? That all of a sudden you can find yourself there and you're like, how did this happen? But the universe will start to align. Abraham Hicks they have this great meditation that they say, it's like an hour-long meditation that just keeps saying, I can't remember exactly what it is, but it's like everything is working out in my favor. What is it? Thank you. Things are always working out for me. Thank you. Things are always, and can you imagine just saying that every day? Every day, when you're lost, you're driving around, things are always working out for me. In other words, God's got my back. And I love this. I've got to read this to you. This is a quote from, did you ever see the movie Under the Tuscan Sun? And he says to her, when she doesn't know what she's doing with her life, he says to her, this is a friend saying, between Austria and Italy, there is a section of the Alps called the Cimmering. It is impossibly steep, very high part of the mountains, just incredibly steep. But they built a train track over these Alps to connect Vienna and Venice. They built these tracks even before there was a train in existence that could make the trip. They built these tracks even before there was even a train. There wasn't even a train that could make this trip. They built it because they knew someday the train would come. Isn't that great? So it's also, in our philosophy, we have this phrase, treat and move your feet, meaning pray about it. You can pray, but do something. Take some kind of action to be able to start making that word, that direction that your life wants to go, that you start moving it in that direction. So, fast little story. I'm going to tell you the story that happened to me of really understanding completely how intention works. So years and years ago, I'm a musician playing. It was like my first paid gig. I was making $50 a night playing at this kind of cheesy hotel in San Francisco. And it was called the Poets Pub. And you could just imagine, let me set the scene. It's red velvet walls with pictures of dead poets on it. Isn't that just lovely? And so I'd be playing at the piano, play Misty for me, and they'd put $1 in my little tip jar. And when I first got this job, it was fabulous. I'm a professional musician. Isn't this great? And it was great until it wasn't. Do you know what I'm talking about? that when you get to a place, again, it's that little flower coming through the crack. It was great until I could feel Spirit in me saying, there's something more for you. You're not just supposed to be playing in this little dive hotel. There's something more, even though I had no idea what that something was. Envisioning this wasn't even on the radar. But around that time, I think I read the book, Wayne Dyer's, what is it called? You'll believe it when you see it. You'll see it when you believe it. And in that book, he talked about act as if. Do you know that concept? That you act as if. You start doing everything in your intentions to believe that something's going to happen even before you have no idea about what it's going to be. So around that time, he was asking questions in this book like, well, what do you want? What do you want? What do you want? Stop complaining about where you're at. What do you want? So I ask that to you. When you look at this year, what do you really want? What is your Spirit calling you towards? And so when I really allowed myself to just deep down go farther in, I heard this little voice say, cruise ships. I want to be on a cruise ship. I want to go to Hawaii. And that just seems so, how do you do that? But to make a long story short, what I did was I started envisioning. I started to look at everything I would need to do that job. And it meant, rehearsing songs for this thing. It would mean buying new clothes of sequins to be on a fancy ship, to do a cabaret show. All these different things started happening for me just when I made the decision I wanted to do this. And I wound up finding about, who goes there. American Hawaii Cruises is the cruise ship that goes around the islands. And I start planning and envisioning. Now, here's the thing. That job didn't change. There were still dead poets on the walls. But my mind had shifted, mainly because of this, that when I had no direction, I was like this, like, oh, I'm doing this job, it's so boring. But as soon as I made the decision of a higher purpose, see the difference? As soon as I was going, oh, where am I going to go? And as soon as I made the decision, I'm going to go for this thing, all of a sudden, there becomes this power, this intention. And I've done that even just recently where I was, going back and forth about a decision I was going to make about a trip. As soon as I made the decision, it's like the universe just aligns everything to make it work for you. So at that time, I started playing for this, and all of a sudden the job now has this new life because all of a sudden I've got to get ready for this big job that's coming. And I put out my demo tape to American Hawaii Cruises, and I'm ready to go. And I wait, and I'm thinking any minute now they're going to call me back, and I'm going to, here we go. And I wait, and I wait, and I wait. And I found myself starting to do this, having the intention, and then nothing's happening, and I find myself doing this. And all of a sudden, the energy is gone, and I started sinking into a depression until I realized I have to do it on my own. I have to find other places that I could play. I can't just put everything in one basket. Just what else can I do? All of a sudden, one day, this guy comes in, and he's singing with me at the bar, and he sounds really good. And finally on my break, I say, "Who are you? You're not a normal person to come in here. You're a great singer." And he says to me, "Oh yeah, I'm probably going to see you a lot because I'm stuck here in this hotel for 2 weeks." I went, "Really? What are you doing?" "Oh yeah, the thing that I work on. The ship that I'm on is in dry dock in San Francisco." I went, "Ship?" He goes, "Yeah, American Hawaii Cruises. The whole crew is here for 2 weeks." Isn't that amazing? Within 2 weeks, I was on that ship playing. And that's my point in this. It's like you never know what's going to happen, but it's how I started today. It's choosing where your intention is going to go. It's choosing that I have this vision of where I want to go. And one other little thing I want to say about this is that, one of my claims to fame is I was on the first American women's relay team to swim the English Channel. And thank you very much. And what's really amazing is that, when you're swimming the English Channel, you don't go in a straight line. You go in a zigzag all the way across. Because if you try and go just like this, the tides are going to take you. So you have to be totally giving your trust over to the captain of the little ship that you're, swimming next to be able to have him say, you go here, you go here, you go here, that each person is doing this zigzag all the way across. And it's the same thing with this. You have no idea sometimes where God is going to take you. But you have to be willing to say, I'm ready, I'm willing, whatever's supposed to happen for me to express my highest good. Take me. That's why I think it's so important to just do this. Surrender. And I think it's also important, I want to also include this in today, that these are interesting times that we're living in. I mean, with the shootings that we've had recently in California, and that beautiful man, Tyree Nichols, that to talk about, just plan your dreams and make this year great and whatever, it's like sometimes I think our mind comes in and goes, well, how can I do this with all this turmoil around me, with all this, COVID and, just whatever's going on in the world. But it comes back down to choice, and to choose joy, and to choose light, and to choose gratitude, and to choose that who you are makes a difference. And every time you are kind to someone, it makes a difference. And I found this story I just want to end with today about the ultimate choosing joy with something that is so hard that even in that you can choose that your life can still be one of joy. 13 summers ago, my family and I went to the fireworks show in our small town. We were so close to where they were shooting them off that we had to lie on our backs to see them. The lights rained down upon us, bits of paper falling on our faces. I started to panic. What about the kids' hearing? What chemicals are we breathing in? I looked at my husband. His face had the same concerns. But we were in it now, and we might as well just get used to it. The kids were squealing with delight. My youngest child yelled out, "I am so happy." I knew she was, and I was too. 4 months later, my husband was diagnosed with a rare form of cancer. The doctors assured us it was manageable. 9 months later, he died. In the final weeks, the doctors kept saying he'd pull through. So I told my children the same thing. In May, when he lay in the hospital in a medicated coma, I assured them we'd be fishing in the Poconos by August. The morning that their father died, I called the kids to the couch and made sure I was touching each one. When I gave them the news, my oldest screamed, "You're lying." The other two, sobbing, said, "You said we were going fishing. You said we were going to the Poconos." Relatives and friends took over the house, bringing food and flowers, wanting to do the impossible, which was to make us all feel better. Then finally, it was just us sitting at the dinner table in our new configuration. We left Dad's seat empty. It was mid-June, and the summer loomed in front of us. "You guys," I said, "the most terrible thing that could happen to a family has happened to us. There's nothing I can say or do to make that less true, but we have a choice. We can pull down the blinds and stay inside and just be, or we can be thankful for our friends and family and each other. We can go to the beach. We can still have a summer. We have to decide how to live." Haley, 11 years old, says, I choose the second thing. Let's have fun. But can we still think about Dad?" Allison, 13, said, "Of course we can think about Dad. He wouldn't mind if we had a summer." Christopher, the baby, who was 5, said, let's not stay inside with the window shut, except when we have to." We agreed. Let's stay inside only on days when we have to. It turns out that our sadness didn't last whole days, just parts of days. Allison watched videos of her dad late at night and just sobbed. Haley stormed around making demands. What are we going to do now? When's dinner? Can't we just go to the mall? Christopher lay in bed with the 8x10 photo of his dad carrying him on his shoulders. He would weep, not wanting to remove the photo, but also not wanting to look at it. We didn't bother with blind optimism or denial. We were all keenly aware of what we had lost. Instead, we approached each hour with the aim to take from it the best that we could. One day we were in our car when the song Hey Ya by Outkast came on the radio. The song seemed to be everywhere that summer, and it was impossible not to dance to it. So we did. Windows down, radio up, we sang loud and we bounced hard. A few blocks from home, a neighbor on the corner watched us pass by with a look of abject horror. Here we were, so publicly happy, though my husband, their father, was only 6 weeks gone. The neighbor didn't understand how joy could exist in the midst of tragedy. How joy could exist in the midst of tragedy. To be honest, neither did I. But it can. It did. We made the choice for joy, and we were grateful. So I leave you with the idea of just surrendering this year to God expressing through you, making that choice of joy, or whatever your word is, and just knowing, I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith. And I am kinder every moment, every day. Now there may be walls and there may be roadblocks in my way. But I can choose. I'll say that line again in case you didn't get it. I can choose. I'll say it one more time because that was my whole talk. I can choose to take a higher path each day. And now I know that what I thought was safe and sound was only habit and regret that held me down. If you want to sing it with me, I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith. For every step I take is taken in pure faith. And I'm more loving every moment, every day. And I'm more loving every moment, every day. And I'm kinder. And I am kinder every moment, every day. I will surrender. I will surrender every moment, every day. So as we go into meditation, I ask you to just look at, what is your word? What are you surrendering to? And what do you want in this big, beautiful life you have?
And with a nice, deep, cleansing breath, I invite you to close your eyes or soften your gaze. As we turn within, we take this moment now to release and let go, to surrender all that we're holding on to in this very moment. Any stress or strain that we came in with or are experiencing, we release and let go. If you're feeling any stress or strain in your mind, body, or soul, I invite you to put your attention on your feet. Feel your toes, feel your feet on the ground. Feel the energy of the earth beneath you, drawing out of you any of that stress. As we empty our cup of the inner critic, we release and let go. And as you breathe, put your attention in your heart. Feel that breath flowing in, the breath of spirit, the breath of infinite possibility, the harmonizing breath of love. With each breath, we feel that love, that appreciation well up within us. Grateful for this present moment. Let us breathe into the stillness of the silence. Knowing that oneness within, that infinite intelligence that moves in, through, and as us, the harmonizing energy that expresses as you. What choice will you make today? What do you want the universe to begin to put into action for you, for your highest good? As we breathe into this moment and visualize and imagine that possibility, we release any fears, any doubts, knowing that divine love, the harmonizing energy within us, is expressing every moment of the day. In this moment, I am healed, whole, and healthy. And with that mighty faith, we allow that experience to flow. We extend this harmonizing love, this faith, to our prayer chest, to any prayers that we may be holding in our hearts. If there's somebody who you are holding in prayer, I invite you to say their name out loud now or bring their name to mind. As we affirm that divine love is doing its perfect work here and now, in my life and in their life, in every situation, in this moment. We surround our world, national, state, and local leaders, seeing them making wise decisions, expressing that divine love that is inherent. And we hold each other in this prayer, knowing the love that is within this spiritual community, feeling the energy that we share with each other, that connection that we have with spirit, with each other, with the all of life, love, and wisdom. And with that gratitude in our heart, let us celebrate by singing the Alleluia.
Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
And with a nice, deep cleansing breath, we affirm that presence and power is within us now. And so it is. Amen. And as we gently breathe, we allow ourselves to return to this time and space and carry that love, that choice with us throughout this day. Unity Palo Alto is here to help you discover that spiritual magnificence. Our purpose is to help people, help you transform your life, and for us to do good work in the world, to make a positive difference in the world. That's what we're all about. And we're here because of your generous donations. We are a self-sustaining spiritual community. There are so many ways in which you can support our community. And if you'd like to give a donation here in the sanctuary, there's a silver box in the back of the sanctuary that says Love Offering. You can place your donation in there. You can give online. There's so many ways in which you can give. But however you give to life, give with love. For it's the manner in which we give to the world that we receive from the world. So with that love in our hearts, let us say our affirmation, which is on the screen. Together, divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I give, all that I receive, and all that I am. And so it is.
God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. That's the whole thing right there. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything. Let's go to love. Love is my source. Love is my power. Love gives me everything I need. So I give thanks. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Love gives me everything. Let's go to joy. Joy is my source. Joy is my power. Joy gives me everything I need. So I give thanks. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Joy gives me everything. All right, let's go back to God now. God is my source. Put your hands together. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything. Now just repeat that last line. God gives me everything. Are you listening to what you're saying? God gives me when you don't know what you're gonna do, God gives me everything I need. Say that again. God gives me everything I need. Sing it one more time. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Everything.
Please have a seat. Thank you. Let's just take a moment now to just celebrate with gratitude the joy, the blessing, the connection that we share here this morning. If you'd like to, you may close your eyes, put your hand over your heart, and just take a deep breath of gratitude for this time that we are sharing here together. Love and appreciation, joy, connection. And allow yourself to sink into that feeling of being in a room full of those feelings of love and joy, connection, beauty, abundance. And your addition to all of that, you receive it and you give it, and you are one with that feeling of abundance and joy and love. And with the deep breath, we just say, so it is. And I can't help but be reminded of that fifth principle of daily practice, that we get to practice that choice every day to wake up and say, I am going to live today with joy or abundance or whatever that word is for you. And there are a lot of things going on here at Unity Palo Alto to help you do that and to stay connected. So the first one I want to share with you is next Saturday. There's going to be a play here, live, right here in the sanctuary, Words That Made the Difference, Brown versus the Board of Education. This is going to be a fantastic play. I hope that you come beforehand. There's a conversation with the person who wrote the play. Afterwards, there's a conversation with the actors if you would like to be participate in those. And tickets are free, so you can come for free. If anybody has any problems, June has volunteered to help people get their tickets. So see June either in the courtyard if it's sunny or in here if it's rainy, because we've had both in the last hour. So connect with June if you have any issues. So that is next Saturday. We hope you can come for that. Also, starting tomorrow, there is going to be, and every Monday for the next period of time, there is a Course in Miracles study group that is starting. That starts tomorrow at 6 o'clock from 6 to 7. Hoping we're going to get a slide up that has the details on that. And there it is. So you can come tomorrow at 6 to 7. And that's going to be every Monday for the coming weeks. And then in a couple of weeks, there is an opportunity to join the prayer chaplain group. So some of you may have heard there was some discussion about that a couple of weeks ago in the Sunday service. If you are interested in deepening your own connection with prayer as Unity teaches it, and then sharing that with others, this is an opportunity to come and learn about what it looks like to be a prayer chaplain. No obligation. It's 2 weeks from now after the service on February 19th. Then 3 weeks from now is the fourth Sunday of the month, and on the fourth Sunday of the month, we have Bring Your Own Lunch Bunch, which is going to be out in the courtyard, assuming we don't have any rain. This is an opportunity to get to know other people. It's about an hour long, and it's facilitated. It's not just hang out and chat, but there's some questions, and there's some ways to kind of deepen your connection with others here at Unity. Also on that day is the annual meeting. So we hope, and that's also right after the service on that day, on the last Sunday of the month, which is the 26th, if I'm doing my math right. So hope to see you there for that as well. You can learn about all of these things and many other things going on here on the website, unitypaloalto.org, and we're also on social media, so we invite you to check us out there. And it is the last Sunday, it's not the last Sunday of the month, it's the first Sunday of the month, and we get to sing Happy Birthday. Is there any February birthdays? You can raise your hand or stand up and we will sing Happy Birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, wonderful person. Happy birthday to you.
And please stand now, and Karen will lead us in our final song.
All right, we're going to do something a little different today. Let there be peace, I am a stand for peace. Let there be love, I am a stand for love. Let there be joy, I am a stand. I take a stand right now. Let there be peace, I am a stand for peace. Let there be love, I am a stand for love. Let there be joy, I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. That's the whole thing. Let there be peace, I am a stand for peace. Let there be love, I am a stand for love. Let there be joy, I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. One more time. Let there be peace, I am a stand for peace. Let there be love, I am a stand for love. Let there be joy, I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Just that last line. We are making a new world now. Last time. We are making a new world now.
Yes, yes, yes. We're so blessed this morning. Thank you all for being here. I do want to let you know that our prayer chaplains are here. Sarah Ann and Joe are in the middle of the sanctuary. You will know them by their blue prayer stole. If you would like to be held in affirmative prayer after the service, please feel free to check with Joy, with Joe and Sarah Ann. And now our prayer for protection. Together, the light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, and the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Love and blessings, everyone. Have a fabulous week.